So obviously at the moment, the internet is buzzing about the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailers, which showcase Sonic the Hedgehog's new design as well as some new footage from the film. Now, I'm pretty late to the party, I had university, I had chores to do, and in the midst of that, I'm aware that everybody has submitted their reaction response review by now. So for the stuff that everybody else is already saying, I'm gonna try and make it brief. Yes, this film has taken a 180-degree turn, and it is partially thanks to Sonic the Hedgehog's new look. This new look for Sonic has completely changed the entire outlook of this film. But being late to the party on making a video about this does at least give me some fresh perspective on this. To be able to see the reactions of everybody else and what everybody is saying, this Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer was trending today, on the launch day of Disney+. Sonic the Hedgehog was near the very top of the trending list. That's a big achievement for Sonic, a character that a lot of people consider obsolete nowadays. But it's honestly so nice and gives me such kind of a warm feeling to see this much goodwill exuberating from the Sonic IP for a change. When we first got that initial trailer back in, I think it was April, I felt the same way as everybody else did. I didn't know whether to laugh or whether to just sigh. And then of course the memes came about and yes, there was a lot of laughter. But the thing is, a Sonic the Hedgehog movie's outlook was always going to be quite important, as Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise is often subject to ridicule these days, even when it's kind of unfairly reasoned. And this is the thing, Sonic the Hedgehog has had some trouble maintaining his relevancy over the years, and I don't mean that in the typical it's an IGN review of the latest perfectly good Sonic game where like, oh, the blah has struggled a lot recently, even though the past 3 games were great. We're just gonna overlook that because Sonic is trash. The thing with Sonic the Hedgehog as a character and as a franchise is ultimately it is aimed primarily at children. But generally, children aren't that into Sonic, and it definitely plays more to the nostalgic crowd. Now, Sega have been kind of banking on nostalgia with Sonic the Hedgehog for the past, well, since the 20th anniversary, really. And even that is starting to wear off a little bit now, and like the whole franchise is kind of in the midst of something of an identity crisis, and I think a lot of Sonic's different fan bases have kind of dropped off recently because that nostalgia wave has just kind of dissipated. But then you have a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and naturally Hollywood blockbuster tentpole movies attract a much wider audience than your average Sonic the Hedgehog video game ever would. Sonic games come and go as just entries into a much wider franchise, but a Sonic the Hedgehog movie theatrically released is going to get people talking about Sonic en masse, and it really has done that already. And people that have dropped out of this franchise for maybe a decade, maybe more, are gonna be coming to those movie trailers, and this is gonna be their first impression of Sonic in a very long time. And for a lot of people, this is gonna be their first impression with Sonic. So you need to get Sonic right. And the thing with that previous design is it did not work on a single level. It's ultimately gonna be aimed at kids, so this character needs to be pleasing for the eyes for children. So you can't have this unsettling, hyper-realistic, monkey-looking Sonic running around in this film with human anatomy. So as for Sonic's new design in the trailer, it very much appears to attempt to hit the same notes as the previous design. It's Sonic the Hedgehog, but a much more textured and layered version of him, with different textures interpreted around Sonic's design. And still a sense of functional anatomy, without it being too human-like. This design essentially puts Sonic back in his classic gloves and shoes, inflates the eyes, and just smoothens things out. And I'm glad we got that because it means that we got to see everything that could have worked about the previous design actually work. But the question I am asking is, how many of these expressive animations with Sonic that we see in this trailer were added because of the redesign? That initial trailer we had in April with the original scary Goosebumps cover Sonic was kind of low energy. It was definitely a far less expressive trailer. We definitely saw less of Sonic and less of him actually doing stuff. It was more him interacting with James Marsden. In this version, Sonic is behaving like a Looney Tunes character. Could you imagine the Sonic of the previous trailer playing paddleball like he does in this one? Could you imagine him dressed like a cowboy playing darts? Presumably he must have, but can you imagine how unsettling that is? Worse yet, there's the POV sequence with the dog. Imagine that previous design looking you in the eye all close up like that. Oh my god, worse yet, one of the first lines Sonic says in this trailer is something along the lines of, "I'm Sonic, I'm a ball of pure energy wrapped up in a handsome little package." Can you imagine if we had the previous design saying that line, referring to himself as a handsome little package? That would have become the biggest meme ever. So I am wondering if different lines have been recorded for this, if new animations have been added, because this trailer is of such a different tone to the previous one. Now, one major surprise in this trailer was the appearance of Green Hill Zone. Now, I know that I have complained about the overuse of Green Hill Zone, but at the end of the day, this is a movie, this is going to be a lot of people's introduction or reintroduction to Sonic, so it makes sense to have Green Hill Zone in there, and it's never been realized quite like this, and it's so wonderful seeing this newly redesigned Sonic all layered up with these beautiful HD textures, running through a very textured and layered Green Hill Zone that looks kind of the way it would if you could actually step into it. That's something that's really wonderful to see. I really love that. And as another thing, can you imagine the previous Sonic design running through that Green Hill Zone? Because I really couldn't. And what's even weirder is how similar this sequence with him running through Green Hill is to the sequence of him running through Green Hills in the previous trailer. And that's another weird thing, is there's Green Hills, which I guess is a location on our world, but then there's what appears to be the Green Hill Zone in this trailer. It does make me wonder if maybe this is a new element that's been introduced to the film since. Again, we can't know, we probably never will know, but I get the feeling that a lot of this film has been changed to accommodate for the new Sonic design. I get the feeling that a lot of the film's direction has changed to go for something far more cartoonish. And I get the feeling that Sonic is going to be a very fun character to be in the presence of, especially now that he's no longer terrifying. I really love the fact that he was reading a Flash comic, and seeing him play baseball with himself and ping pong by himself, and there's a crazy amount of Easter eggs, such as the table that he's playing ping pong with himself is, like, it says Hilltop Road, and Hilltop is the second level of the original Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on the Sega Game Gear and Master System. As well as that, Sonic the Hedgehog's personality is much closer to the 90s Sonic. He's a bit more mischievous, he's got a little bit of a sassy attitude, he's playful and fun, and he seems like a much more enjoyable character to be in the presence of than Sonic has been in any of the recent games. I really do like the moment when he wants to see the world's largest rubber band ball, and then he says it was lame, but he enjoyed the gift shop. Heck, I even love the little Dukes of Hazzard reference when he's jumping into the car. So, it is true, we do appear to be doing kind of the cliche thing of your favorite cartoon character enters the human world, and he's kind of a fish out of water, and villains want to chase after him. Yes, we have kind of been there and done that with a number of different franchises such as the Smurfs, but it definitely appears like they are kind of making the most of the premise. I especially really love the moments where Sonic is running along the Great Wall of China. That's obviously something he couldn't do in his own world because, well, I mean, it really depends, actually. Like, if you played Sonic Unleashed, they do have that, but in this case, it makes sense for him to be in the humans' world to be doing that. And I mean, it is to be expected. It's a family film, and oftentimes these family films have human characters in there to kind of guide the audience along. It's like a surrogate audience character to kind of guide the non-Sonic fans through this and give them at least a little something they can grip onto if they don't like the Sonic-y aspects. I can see why they've gone for this formula. What I will say is, while it is formulaic, it feels like a maximum effort version of that formula. It feels, I think oftentimes the major problem with these kind of movies is they are made very much for a general audience. As big of an audience as possible, as this film will be, but the love for the character just doesn't really come across so well, you know? In this case, they very much captured the essence of Sonic. They've captured Sonic himself very faithfully now. Things could have been a lot different, and they could have been a lot worse, and it definitely appears that they have fixed that. If you want to see how this could have been way worse, do check out that first trailer again. Now, my main concern about this movie is Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey. Now, yeah, I think Jim Carrey is a good choice for Dr. Robotnik. Not my choice. I would have gone for someone like Wayne Knight. Someone who matches more the Robotnik look and build, but I think Jim Carrey is good from a performance standpoint. The main issue is he's not really playing Dr. Robotnik as such, he's playing Jim Carrey in the 90s. Now, that's fine, because I think a lot of people that otherwise would not go to see this movie will be seeing it for a return to the 90s Jim Carrey, which works works because Sonic is a 90s property, and these trailers do very much seem to celebrate that Sonic is a 90s staple. So on one hand, it works very well, and we will be seeing Dr. Robotnik gradually turn into the Robotnik that we know and love, bald-headed, big moustache, red outfit. We do see him in the red outfit in this trailer with his hair, which is, you know, that's obviously not the classic Dr. Robotnik look, but it's a compromise. It works, I guess. My issue is that I don't think all of the Robotnik humor is necessarily going to land. There are definitely bits in this trailer that I didn't like, especially where Robotnik is just kind of dancing in his fortress. I do wonder, how long is that gonna go on a scale of 1 to 10? How cringy is that gonna be? But to be fair, if it is, it does keep in with the spirit of Sonic, because you gotta remember, a lot of what we love about Sonic is sometimes the really stupid moments. Like, we all love Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Even for their story, their iconic moments, everything like that. Warts and all, but we've all got to admit, they're kinda really stupid. But the things that we like about them are the things that are really stupid and make no sense. For the cult Sonic fans, I think, it's kind of the stupidity and the hit and miss nature of Sonic that makes it Sonic. So in that regard, it is about as Sonic as it gets for this trailer. Yeah, it's a little questionable in places, but it's enjoyable and it's endearing in a very strange kind of a way. And Sonic himself is just satisfying to be in the company of. Now, we have seen a little bit more of Sonic's world in this trailer. As I stated, we saw Green Hill. I want to refer us back to, and I know they really want us to ignore this trailer, but the original trailer with the original Sonic design. At the very end of that, we see Jim Carrey with the bald Robotnik head and the giant moustache in what looks to be Mushroom Hill, which is where I assume we will see Dr. Robotnik follow Sonic back into his own world to have a showdown there. And Sonic states in this trailer that he left his own world to come to our world because everyone in his own world wants his power. And this is part of what Robotnik's doing, is he wants that power to conquer the universe. Maybe he goes into Sonic's world and sees, oh my god, look at all this raw power, we can totally use this, we can roboticize these animals, you know, maybe this is the origin of that. And that could be really, really cool. Better yet, fingers crossed, maybe we'll see Tails in there. Now, I would say seeing anyone like Tails and Knuckles is kind of unlikely, because if Tails and Knuckles are in this movie, the chances are, if Sonic had to be redesigned, they will have had to be redesigned too. And considering it's been, what, 6 months between that previous Sonic trailer with the hideous, ugly Sonic and this one here, considering the amount of work done and the sheer workload, I'd say it would be a tall order for them to redesign other characters too. Also, question, there's that one shot where Sonic is glowing and his eyes are glowing blue. Do you think he's gonna go supersonic? I kinda hope not, because as far as I'm concerned, supersonic is just a prize. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, from a plot standpoint, it is just a ripoff of Dragon Ball Z's Super Saiyan forms. And the Chaos Emeralds don't really have much of a logic applied, as they can kinda just do anything. And there isn't really an emerald in sight in this trailer. Maybe he's just charging up as much power as he can. Maybe he will go supersonic, but rather than going supersonic, he turns into the original Sonic movie design. I'm not gonna lie, I hope that in some tiny way, they do manage to squeak in that original Sonic movie design somewhere. Maybe it's just on like a poster in the background or a picture in Sonic's room or something. Maybe that was Sonic's dad. Well, what do you guys think? Comment below and discuss, and as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, and in the description below are links to my Patreon and my Discord. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day, and stay tuned for exclusive offers. Well, kind of exclusive anyway. Nah, they're not exclusive. Oh, hey gang, look at this! Channel Goat is back, but he's got bad news. His computer was hacked by the Adzinco gang, and they leaked his private information. And now his goat cojones are there for everybody to see. Ah man, that's quite a predicament you got there, Channel Goat. And the thing is, you're not the only one. Do you know how many people get hacked per year and have their personal information and data spread online for all to see? A lot. Like, look it up. And I know what the rest of you are thinking. It hasn't happened to me, yet. Well, emphasis on yet. I mean, how old are you? Right, now how long is the average human lifespan? That's a lot of time that you could get hacked in. And by the time that's done, everybody is gonna know what your PP looks like. Do you really want that? Do you really want the world to see your PP? You run that risk every single day, guys. Seriously, hackers, pretty talented people. Which is why I, for one, use NordVPN to protect my private information and my Nords. It shuffles your data so that it can't be found by hackers, but not only that, it can also unlock the worldwide range of Netflix. And like, who wouldn't want that, right? Now you can really maximize your subscription. The fact is, guys, you could save yourself the stress and a lawsuit by simply browsing with NordVPN. And I've made it easy for you. A link is in the description below. And this subscription comes with a promise. Nobody has to know what you're into anymore. You little furry you. Anyway, sign up today. Seriously, do it. Please? For your sweet little puppy. This video is brought to you by Zentai for all your cosplay needs. Link is in the description below and they are very cool and good. Cosplay your favorite characters or send in one of your own designs. Affordable prices and very high quality. Made to order and made to measure. But most of all, made to be heckin' awesome, if you couldn't already tell. Guys, can you believe where we are now and where we started? How long ago it was that Channel Pup, or Channel Go even, came about? Because it really wasn't that long when you think about it. Can you believe the amount of support I've received from this community, from all of you subscribing to the channel and everything? It's unreal. It's a dream come true for me. But behind the YouTubers you watch usually comes a bit of a truth, is that they're often dirt poor. Now, I've had the good fortune of being able to grow this YouTube channel and hopefully turn it into a career, but I'm gonna need a little bit of help along the way, to even the odds, to make ends meet, so that I can use all of the possible time that I have to make videos for you guys, as opposed to doing something mundane, for barely enough money to make it worth its while. I've done all that. I've lived that life. The fact is, together we all built Channel Pup. We made it what it is today, and I want to keep the ball rolling on that. I don't ever want to stop doing this, because this is the most gratifying job I've ever had, and I think the most pleasurable hobby anyone could ever have. I don't take any of the support that I receive from you guys for granted, but if in any way you're wondering if maybe you could do a little more for the channel even, then I want to direct you to the Patreon link in the description below. It would mean the world to me to have your support via Patreon. It can help me to make ends meet, it can help me to better my content, it can help me to have more time to really work on this stuff. But you know what, I'm not just gonna take your support and run. No way, Jose. In the Patreon, you can access exclusive videos via the Pups Project Room playlist, where you can see different projects that I've been working on or have worked on that have either not made it to YouTube for general viewing or have been cancelled, or, well, you can get a little view of the process that goes behind the Channel Pup videos and productions. As well as that, you tend to get advanced previews of the bigger Channel Pup projects, our tentpole event projects. If you've seen Marvelous Tales of Spider-Man, you'll be aware that that was released on the Patreon first, and 20 days later approximately was released for general viewing on YouTube. That's not the only time I'm gonna do this. But you know what? If you can't do the Patreon, or are just not interested in doing the Patreon, I fully understand. Like, it's still a big ask in my opinion. And what counts most is your support. So, as always, thank you so much, guys. I've been Channel Pup, and I will think of a better catchphrase next time. Now please leave me alone!